players stand out. The Shohei stand out, the Freddie Freeman, the Mookie Betts. But who are the glue guys that have done it just beyond last postseason? For me, it's Kike Hernandez. I think when you look at Kike Hernandez, I am shocked he's not off the board right now. I would think there'll be more calls right now after Profar's been done. But when you take a look at what he's done in the past, how do you not want to go get this guy? Look, there's glue guys and then there's winning glue guys. There's guys that want the attention in the postseason. There's guys that have been in big moments. That's Kike Hernandez for you. As versatile as it gets, this guy, you can put him on a day game to play shortstop. You can put him on a tough lefty to go play center field, and he'll do it with ease. Nobody will even notice that this guy is that type of platoon player. He's as hybrid as it gets in the game. And look, when it comes to postseason baseball, it doesn't matter who's on the mound. 2024, remember the bomb he hit? That's just who he is. Kike Hernandez brings that flair. Kike Hernandez brings the tantrum and that confidence. He brings the confidence to a team when you don't notice if, hey, they're on a 4-game losing streak. Kike Hernandez will give you that big hit. He'll give you that fun. He'll give you that flair. He'll give you that attitude of, hey, everything is okay. And look, he's also doing it in between those lines. So, yes, I don't know how nobody has picked this guy up. I know last year he struggled a bit with some of his, injuries that he had at the end of the year. Yeah. But this guy is as healthy as they come. I am shocked that he's still on that board.
Amazing to think. 15 home runs in 86 postseason games, more than Chipper Jones, more than Alex Rodriguez. He's been great come playoff time. All right, meantime, Kike's former team, the LA Dodgers, again, boosting what's already been a formidable offseason as they signed Tanner Scott, 4 years, $72 million for the 30-year-old entering his 9th season. 1.75 ERA last year, 22 saves in 72 innings and 84 strikeouts. That's 10.5 strikeout per 9. The first-time All-Star. Can't wait to be with LA.
My time in Miami was great. My time in San Diego was great. We didn't want to play the Dodgers because they're a good team, and then thankfully they offered me, and it was a great time at both those places, but I'm happy where I'm at now. 23 and 24, everything clicked, and I just want the ball. I want to win, and that's my mindset every single day. They were the first ones to call, and I mean, me and my wife always talked about it, and they're not a fun team to face, especially 1, 2, 3. It's kind of unfair, and but it's awesome. I was really happy that they made an offer, and thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Brandon. So you guys have been awesome, and I know we're ready to win another one. I'll be a part of this one.
Tanner Scott, very dependable and effective over the last 2 seasons. 2.04 ERA with the 3rd most appearances and 4th most innings among relievers since 2023. We can't be surprised when the Dodgers make a splash like this, but great Scott yonder. He's unbelievable coming out of the pen.
Look, he's unbelievable. I remember talking to this guy at the All-Star game, congratulating him from being there, and I know he was going to be one of those pieces that might have gotten moved, and I remember talking to him about it. I was like, hey, what do you got on? He's like, I just want to be able to pitch in meaningful games. September, baseball, and postseason. And look, he surely has done that. And I would think when you look at him, when he got traded from Miami to the Padres, simplicity was key. Look, this guy was incredible for the San Diego Padres. It didn't matter who was on board. But Ruben Nieblas, I think, really simplified the approach of Tanner Scott. He said, hey, you've got 97, 98 in the tank, 100 at times. Go right after these guys. They can't hit it. Well, guess what? Opponents were hitting 130 off of it. And what I like most about him for Dodger fans is it doesn't matter if you're a lefty. It doesn't matter if you're a righty. It doesn't matter if you're a slugger, as you saw last year in the postseason against Shohei Ohtani. He wants the rock at all times, and this happened last year, August 25th. Check me out, stay with me right here. Day game, okay, against the Mets. They're down 2-0 in the 8th. He takes the rock. He hadn't pitched in about 4 days. Well, they fly to St. Louis after that. They get in about 4 in the morning. Next day, they're up. Guess who wants the rock? It's Tanner Scott. August 26th, a game that they needed to win. It's really what got them over the hump to say, hey, we're going to play some good baseball towards the back end of that season. And he was fantastic. He gets done with that 1-2-3. August 27th, the next day, they're up, and he says, hey, give me the rock again. That's who they're going to get. The Dodgers are going to get a guy, and yes, I know they have depth, and I know they have starting pitching, and they've got an abundance of bullpen guys. But fear no other thing. Tanner Scott, whether you want him on August 26th, 27th, and 28th, getting that rock, he wants it. He wants the ball every single day. It doesn't matter if he gets it in the 7th inning. It doesn't matter if he gets it in the 8th or the 9th. But he wants the baseball at any given time. Most games pitched. And look, his last 2 seasons, that's who he is, a workhorse. And for the next few years, they're going to get a guy that definitely wants the ball.
And it's amazing to think about. Left-handed hitters did hit a home run off him, and righties hit under 200. Didn't matter who it was. Tanner Scott was effective. We're going to talk to him a little bit later on here in MLB Tonight and ask him what changed in his career to make him one of the best relievers in baseball. Speaking of relievers, this news percolating here from Bob Nightingale. The Chicago Cubs on the verge of acquiring closer Ryan Presley from the Astros. However, John Heyman, between the Cubs and many other teams, have inquired about star Astros reliever Ryan Presley. He has a full no trade, so they need his approval. Bob Nightingale first mentioned the Cubs' Presley progress. And this one to me is key from Heyman. If the Astros are able to trade Presley, that could provide the dollar flexibility and enhance their chances to bring back star third baseman Alex Bregman. People involved say this for Presley. Again, we mentioned Kike Hernandez being a playoff performer. So is Presley. 2.78 playoff ERA, 60 strikeouts, 15 walks. He's thrown a lot of innings over that time. Presley's been a proven playoff guy.
A proven guy, a veteran presence, right? A guy in the clubhouse that will kind of put everybody at ease when those last 3 outs or those last 6 outs are much needed. He's a guy that you want, right? He's got that nice little cutter, a 12-6, a fastball. Once the ball has stayed primarily healthy, look, this guy has done it before, okay? And I would think if I'm the Cubs right now on that iPhone, it's on favorite. They've been calling Houston quite a bit to make trades. I wouldn't surprise me one bit if Ryan Presley ends up wearing a Cubs uni. But look, this is who he's been, right? The last 4 seasons, doesn't complain, just wants the ball. Doesn't matter if you take him out of that closer role like they did last year. Hey, just give me the ball. I'm going to go do my thing. And
that's a good point. Once Josh Hader came, there was a great three-headed monster, Abreu, Presley, Hader, but maybe that's a luxury. $14 million for a setup guy. We could use that money elsewhere. I'll say this, 2021 to 2023, one earned run over 26 and 2/3 Presley was great. One other thought there on Bregman. Do you think there's a chance that could happen? They could trade that money goes to Alex?
It can. I mean, they have Paredes there. I know they want Bregman back. What happens to Altuve? Who's going to play left field, right? There's so many questions to be had. They want to keep Bregman. They have said that. But I don't know. I think for Bregman, this could be a play.
Yeah.
That absolutely, hey, Houston could be back. Perhaps another team can rise up that stock now all of a sudden because they're about to trade a guy like Presley to clear up some money. So next couple of weeks is going to be interesting.
It should be fun there in Houston, as you said. Could have a backup plan already there with these Paredes, or maybe they do bring back Alex Bregman. Time for a quick for Tanner Scott.
This guy brings it. He can touch 100 with the fastball.
Good late slider, electric fastball.
He looked so awesome when he was with the Padres. He looked so devastating in the playoffs.
And Tanner Scott just blew him away.
Left-handed batters, 0 home runs against Tanner Scott.
Hey, struck him out, the Padres win. He's had success against Shohei Ohtani. And Tanner Scott again struck him out all 4 times.
He really comes at you.
He has an unhittable fastball. Tanner Scott ends up closing the door.
He was absolutely sensational for the San Diego Padres, and now Tanner Scott richly rewarded yonder with a 4-year, $72 million contract with the rival Los Angeles Dodgers. A pleasure to bring in Tanner Scott right now. Tanner, true or false? The reason that you ended up signing with the Dodgers is the fact that you just dominated Shohei Ohtani so much they realized they had to have you, right?
No. I was tired of facing him.
I wouldn't think that. I don't think he was tired. He was just pumping heaters. Ohtani had no chance. But I will take you into this, Tanner. This is Yonder Alonso, and I wanted to ask you, the ability to take the ball every single day, man, where does that come from? Did that come more when you were in the minor leagues that you wanted to take the rock every time, or was it something that once you came into that winning mentality, you know, whether it was with the Marlins in that short stint in the postseason and then with the Padres, where it felt like, hey, we can win every single night. Give me the rock. Where does it come from?
It started in Baltimore when I was there, but definitely took over when I was in Miami, and especially when I had Skip Schumacher. He would be like, "Hey, you're down today." I'm like, "Hey, can we change that? I want to pitch. I want to put us in the best opportunity to win." Because the biggest thing that I want to do is just win. I don't care when I pitch. I just want to win, and I'm always like ready to go. Red Bull or Gatorade fast twitch in my hand, ready to full launch.
Right to it. I really like that. And take me through when you got traded, right, to San Diego. You know, your walk ratio was split in half even when you were in San Diego. Was it something mechanically that you did, or was it, you know, maybe perhaps Ruben Nieblas, or perhaps just the environment that you were in? Take me through that. What changed for you? And obviously moving forward, you're going to be a guy that they're going to rely on with the Dodgers.
I would say probably just the mindset. I mean, I knew I was going to pitch often and a lot, and the best way to be able to pitch the next day and the following day is limit your pitches and if you attack a hitter and it's 3 pitches or less, then you have a better chance of pitching the next day. And I'm a guy that wants to pitch every single day, and it's like an addiction in a way that I just want to be on the mound.
Yeah, that's great. An addiction to be out there just dominating right now. It's interesting, Tanner, when you look at your career, you were inconsistent with the Orioles and the Marlins, but a lot of swing and miss. And then 2023 and 2024, you became one of the best in the game. What changed?
I started using Tread Athletics out of North Carolina, and I was talking to the guys, and Tyler Zombro, when he was with Tread, really helped me and was able to simplify certain things, and I just took it and ran with it, and it's been a huge turning point in my career.
You also averaged 97 miles per hour with your fastball, and it averages third in baseball in terms of spin. One of the best fastballs in the game. How has that become such a weapon for you?
I just trust it and throw it. I mean, I don't try to do anything special with it. I'm just, in a way, grip it and rip it, but not really grip it and rip it, but essentially grip it and rip it.
I like that. Tanner, take me through the process this offseason. How did it come about? When did you know you were going to be a Dodger? Or did it just slowly progress into you saying, okay, this is the place I want to be. This is the home. These are the right guys for me to not only just succeed in the next 2 or 3 years, but also just being able to play in the postseason?
It was they were the first ones to contact me and get on a call, and that right there shows you like they want you in a way. And my wife even took notice of it, and then it was a slower process. The next thing you know, it just picked up, and I've never heard anything bad, even from like the family side, the player side. And the biggest thing is when you're playing, you want your family taken care of. I mean, so you don't have anything to worry about. And they're a winning team, and they have a great lineup. They have a great pitching staff. I mean, it's going to be fun.
And how about, again, that pitching staff, some of those names on that roster, the names at Dave Roberts' disposal. What is it like for you to look around and go, you know what, I'm a good player, but I've got lots of great talent around me as well?
Doc definitely has some weapons this year, so it's going to be fun to see. And I'm ready for the phone to ring whenever.
And speaking of, I mean, as far as, star players to be with, how about the offense in that team? Have you spoken to the Dodgers yet, be it Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, any of the pitchers?
I haven't talked to anyone yet. I am close friends with Evan Phillips. So I was like, hey, we're going to be throwing partners again, because we used to be throwing partners in the offseason. I've known him back from Baltimore, so we've been texting quite often, and it's going to be fun to reunite with him and get to meet everyone.
You know what's going to be fun is when spring training comes around, and the first day you're there, second day you're there, Shohei Ohtani saying, okay, guys, we're facing pitchers, and Shohei Ohtani is going to raise his hand and say, I want no part of that Tanner Scott. Enough of that. Never again.
No, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. No.
He's probably so competitive. Tanner's right. He's like, come on, man. I got you. I don't know what team you bring it again to me. Listen, Tanner, we love watching you pitch. You had an unbelievable last season, and you really do deserve this new contract. Best of luck with L.A., man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and thank you.
Tanner Scott, one of the best relievers in the game. The guy's got filthy stuff. Look forward. It was a great day to celebrate not only the Hall of Famers, but those going in. Billy Wagner, his 10th and final shot, one of the great closers of all time, does indeed get inducted, as does CeCe Sabathia, one of the best left-handed pitchers in baseball history, and clearly one of the best ever at any position. Ichiro is in. So cool to see these Hall of Famers together. Take a listen to this.
Just want to say thank you to the writers that voted me in. It's been a surreal, past couple days, but excited to be here at the Hall of Fame. Excited to be able to call myself a Hall of Famer, to be able to go on with Ichiro and to be able to go on with Billy. It is really exciting, so I'm looking forward to this summer.
I hope that people look back and they see the endurance it took to deal with these things, and I hope kids around see that there is a chance that you can get here, and it is possible, and the size and where you're from doesn't matter, and I think Pedro said it first, but if I can get here, anyone can get here, and I'm just very humbled.
Hall of Famer として
What an honor it is for me to be here as a Hall of Famer. This is just a very special moment. I was able to receive many votes from the writers, and grateful for them. There's one writer that I wasn't able to get a vote from. I would like to invite him over to my house, and we'll have a drink together, and we'll have a good chat. Very, very grateful to be here, and thank you.
Wow, invite him over to the house and have a drink together. Hey, Yonder, I'll drink to that.
Cheers to that.
Good to see you, my man. We're going to share a couple of good meals together here. So imagine, man, Ichiro was here having dinner with us, invite that non-voter to the house. I mean, I do like his sense of humor about it, because it is a little ridiculous. Maybe if over a meal, he can wine and dine and find out what happened.
You know, it's funny. You're seeing a guy like Cece's thanking the voters.
Yes.
For getting in, and you're seeing a guy in Ichiro saying, hey, who was that one guy that didn't put me in? So, but, you know, it was great. Billy Wagner was incredible, Division III. You know, if he could do it like he said, anybody else can, and hard work and determination obviously gets you there. But all three, great guys.
Remarkable stories. By the way, I love the music here by Heels. This is helping with the accompaniment. How about this tweet here from Ichiro in terms of people he'd like to have dinner with? Because he's mentioned this before. This was a tweet which he had years ago. He said, I once asked Ichiro the top 5 living or dead invite to a dinner question. From Shannon Dreyer. That's a lot of people, he exclaimed. Picasso, George Sisler, Beethoven, Schubert, and if he knew how to speak human, his dog, Ikkyu. So I could ask him what he was thinking all the time. Sisler, of course, the great hitter. Picasso, we all know the painter. Loved the Beethoven call and Schubert as well. That's I'm not sure about the dog, but the dog was 17 a few years ago, so not sure if Ikkyu is still kicking, but pretty good list there, right?
I don't know if he's still kicking. I like that. Pretty good list. Good list.
So now I need to know, top 5, Yonder Alonso. Who do you got coming over for dinner?
All right, I'm going to go with first invitee, Roger Maris. Tony Gwynn will be the next guy.
Yes.
I like Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, Ted Williams. You see something there? All left-handed hitters. I need to know the secret.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do it? What does it take to get a big hit? What does it take to hit a big home run? And obviously the years that all these guys played. So can you imagine 5 of those guys in your table?
Well, the key is when you said Maris.
And I'm putting the food, Cuban food.
Okay,
we're gonna give them Cuban food. They've never probably had it. Cuban food it is.
No, at first I go, Maris kind of a quiet guy. Once you said Babe Ruth, I might go, he'll dominate the
That's
conversation. And he'll want some hot dogs as well.
Yes, he will.
Dinner for 2 for me and Yonder. Cheers to this. Thanks for watching MLB Tonight.
Cheers.
See you next time. Cheers.
チームスポーツにおいて試合で注目されるのはしばしばホームランを打つスラッガーや試合を決定づけるピッチャーですが、実際にはチームを支えるグルーがいずチームをつなぐ選手こそが最終的な勝利に欠かせない存在であることを私たちは忘れてはなりません。グルーガイズとは目立たないところで確実に自分の役割を果たしチームの中で調和を保つ選手たちを指しますが、その中でも特にケイキー・ヘルナンデスやタナー、スコットのような選手はまさにその象徴であり、チームが逆境に立たされた時にこそ輝く存在です。ケイキーはその多彩さでどんなポジションでもこなすことができ、タナーはボールを持ちたいと言い続けるその情熱と信念でいつでも試合を変える力を持っています。これらの選手がいるからこそチームはどんな場面でも戦い抜けるのです。ケイキー・ヘルナンデスのプレーオフでの活躍はまさに試合の流れを変える選手の典型例です。彼がチームを牽引し何度も大きな一打を放つ姿はまさにグルーガイでありながらも勝利のためのプレイヤーであることを証明しています。2020年のプレーオフでのホームランを覚えている方も多いでしょう。あの瞬間、ケイキーが打った一打は単なるホームランではなく、チーム全体の士気を高め、チームメイトたちにやれると信じさせました。その後の試合で、彼はプレッシャーの中でも冷静に、そして強気にプレーを続け、見事にチームの勝利に貢献しました。これこそが、ケイキーが持つ、フレア、華やかさ、と、タフネス、強さの組み合わせがもたらすものです。彼の存在がチームに与えるエネルギーは、単に技術的なものにとどまらず、精神的な支えでもあるのです。そしてタナー、スコットは、ケイキーとはまた違った形でチームを支える選手です。彼の魅力は、何と言ってもその信念と、どんな状況でも、ボールを持ちたい、と言い続ける姿勢にあります。タナーはその高速なファーストボールを武器に、試合の重要な場面で次々と打者を打ち取ってきました。特に昨年の8月25日、メッツとの試合では、試合が進む中でタナーが、ロッキー、ハンド投法で力強く打者を打ち取ったシーンは、まさに圧巻でした。このように、どんな試練にも立ち向かう姿勢が、チーム全体に勇気を与え、試合を支配する力を持っているのです。さらに、タナーは左打者に対しても無敵であり、 2023年のプレーオフでは何度もショウヘイ、オオタニを打ち取ったことが話題になりました。このような選手がブルペンにいることで、チームは試合の終盤において非常に安定したパフォーマンスを発揮することができるのです。ケイキーとタナーのような選手たちがどんなに苦しい場面でも力強いプレーを見せ、チームを引っ張っていく姿を見ると、私たちファンもその情熱に引き込まれ、何度も感動してしまいます。彼らはただの選手ではなく、チームの精神的支柱であり、勝利のために欠かせない存在であることは言うまでもありません。彼らの活躍を見るたびに、私たちファンは一体感を感じ、次の試合も絶対に応援しようと心から思わせてくれます。特にタナーのように、どんな状況でも自分を信じてボールを投げ続ける選手がいることで、私たちはこのチームには何があっても勝つ力があると確信できるのです。そしてこのチームには彼らだけではなく、他にも数多くの選手たちが試合を勝利に導くために一丸となって戦っています。その中でケイキーやタナーのような勝利のための選手たちが存在するからこそ、チームは毎回の試合で素晴らしいパフォーマンスを発揮し、最終的にタイトルを手にすることができるのです。このような選手たちが集まることで、チームの結束力はますます強固なものとなり、次のステージに向けてさらなる高みを目指すことができるのです。さあ、皆さん、もしこの瞬間を共に感じているのであれば、ぜひこのチャンネルを登録して、次の試合の興奮を一緒に味わいましょう。私たちのチームが次にどんなドラマを見せてくれるのか、楽しみで仕方がありません。この素晴らしい選手たちの活躍を、今後も一緒に応援し続けましょう。さらに、コメント欄であなたの応援の声を聞かせてください。どんな選手が印象に残ったか、どの瞬間が最も心に響いたか、ぜひシェアしてください。それでは、次回の試合でまたお会いしましょう。あなたと一緒に、さらなる勝利の瞬間を迎えることを楽しみにしています。私たちのチームにとって、次の挑戦はすぐそこに待っています。それでも、何があっても、私たちの絆はどんな試練にも勝るものだと確信しています。この素晴らしいチームの一員であることを、心から誇りに思い、今後もその活躍を追い続けましょう。皆さんの応援が、これからも選手たちの力となり、さらなる輝かしい未来を築いていくのです。このチームが見せる次のステージ、次の勝利の瞬間を、一緒に目撃できることを楽しみにしています。そして、あなたの応援が、チームにとって何よりの力になることを信じています。さあ、次の試合も、共に戦いましょう。